Faz mal. Hi.
Hi, Isaac. Hello. Love to sit with you. Rest.
as we resting here, and I'm curious what you're noticing, what comes on your screen.
It touches me that you see me. That's what I felt in your eyes, that you see me or see me in this, or
Mm.
so day of seeing my resistance yesterday and not knowing to what and not being able to change. And then in the night all the tears came, but normally they stop, but they kept coming in the morning.
So just let's slow down for a second there, because
Yeah.
I noticed how you spoke was my resistances.
It was more like seeing, maybe
Seeing resistances, yeah.
Yeah.
But then that step, which happens so quickly in most of us, where we talk about it as mine.
Yeah.
And I'd just like to slow down. I'd like to slow that down enough just to explore together what happens when we call them mine, just without right or wrong. Just what can we see? What happens just in that way of describing when we say my resistances?
Judgment. Wrong.
Judgment, okay. Yeah,
right.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in that judgment, there's a judgment then that there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
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 And so just keep tracking. So in that judgment with me, then what happens? What follows?
There's the I should not resist. Yeah.
I should not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, like being hard, you could say, and trying to change ourselves, which does something interesting too. What happens there?
It doesn't work, and it gets worse and
gets worse. Yeah. Just from that way of contextualizing it, calling it my. Yeah. All the rest is just automatic and happens in an instant, just like boom, and suddenly that all those things are going on. And as far as I can see, it functions the same in all of us. It's not, it's just like it's somehow there's been a conditioning to speak of it as my, and unless it's really deeply inquired into and really just without, right or wrong, or it shouldn't happen or anything, just what happens in this, looking through that filter of that's mine, my resistances. Yeah.
It felt already good to at least see that they were happening, but it's true the word me came with it as well. Yeah.
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 I made contact with this woman who's also kind of been really interested in exploring, how consciousness functions. And so she had this thing like, okay, so there's a noticing of.
I said, sorry, I have to put some electricity on my computer.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just starting to learn, like what she's found in her exploration. And she was saying, like if you look out around the room, everything has a location, like a painting or a plant or a door. It has a location. So, and then when we look internally, you could say, like this resistance, it will also have a location. So when you where do you sense that the location of that resistance?
If you ask it now, I feel in my cheeks and in my plexus. I feel more tense.
Okay, yeah, and you can see there's no right or wrong answer to it because everybody will feel it differently. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you notice it there, and then there's a certain quality to the sensations of resistance, and just to speak of how you sense the quality, the sensations in those areas, in your cheeks and your solar plexus.
It's a bit vibrating.
Okay. And in your solar plexus?
And there's more tension. Something is tense.
Like a tension, okay.
Tense, yeah. Something's more hard, more
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah. And then obviously it's you that notices those sensations, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And then just very gently, where is that sense of you? Where do you experience that sense of you? And again, no right or wrong answer to that question, just where do you notice it? It can be in the body, outside the body, in front of you, somewhere.
If you ask that, there's also like there is no sense of me, and then it's somewhere in the head a bit.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel my body on the chair. I'm in contact with my body. But
Yeah, okay. And then there's somewhere in the head, vaguely, that from where the noticing is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the quality of those sensations of the eye?
Yeah, if you ask about it, there is immediately like a disappearing of the
For
that, yeah.
Anyway, I'm just playing with it because to me she she has in her exploration, it's just like noticing locations and that sense of eye, and then noticing that it can either dissolves like quite quickly like that, or there's a few other layers that you can go to. But that was far out. Nice to play like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then coming back to the sensations, what you were calling resistances, just to see if they're the same or different, and what you notice now.
Yeah, just before I felt a loosening in the plexus, and my jaws are
Far out. Yeah.
relaxed before that. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for playing.
Thank you, Isaac.
Vedanta.
Hello, Isaac.
Hi, Vedanta.
Just this saying, playing a bit. Since days, a lot is going on again in the solar plexus, like sickness, and I guess it's maybe, how to say, resistance, but I didn't say it to myself, just to watch it the days. And in between 2 times, it was really coming up a lot. When I went into the background, a lot peace and silence. But when I moved a little bit to the system, again, the whole play was there. Yeah. I just, because it was just so inviting with Nashma right now. So just to sit a moment, please.
Yeah, with pleasure.
Yeah.
Just let's see how the attention
Yes.
moves, whether it moves back or whether it goes to the sensation. And if
Yes.
it goes just for what, when it goes, does it go with an agenda? Does it go just gently with curiosity?
Yes.
Yeah. How would you describe now?
It's really like this. It's just, yeah, it's something a ball, but then joy, or I don't know. It was really strange. Something went deeper somehow, and it was just, yeah, just exploring actually, and
Mm.
it feels lighter right now. I don't know, yeah, and I'm like okay, like
Mhm.
welcoming it actually. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yeah. And really, Isaac, thank you. It feels so new since a few days or 2 weeks. We just this exploring, even when something very strong happens, to say, okay, just let's see. It's so new. It's so new. I thank
Oh,
you
that's
so much
lovely. Yeah.
for this.
Wow. Mm.
Yeah. Mm,
Thanks,
thank
Vedanta.
you.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Judith.
Hey,
Hey.
since the subject plexus is there, that was interesting because somehow I wanted to bring that in also. And here it is already in the field. So that's nice. And with me, it's the front, but also in the back. There's a kind of contraction and painful point. So just curious.
Yeah. I was just like, as we were sitting here, like when we listen to a piece of music, the way our attention interfaces with it is we recognize that it's flowing, that it's moving and changing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't kind of fixate on any one aspect of it. It's like either the music moves us and we kind of just in the flow of it, and the body starts to move, but the tension is fluid. It's just kind of moving with it.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because it's a very enjoyable quality of attention, or like if you're looking at the clouds floating and it's changing all the time, it's like that. But with sensations, somehow we have a different kind of habit. I'm speaking in generalities now, obviously, but usually there's like, especially if there's any wanting it to be different, there's like the quality of attention fixates in a certain way. It's not like flowing with it, or it's not it's like it moves into wanting to try and figure out what's going on, or wanting to, like come up with a solution, or it's a different quality of attention than just, like, there's a flow, it's changing, and like surfing with it, or I don't know what metaphor to use there, but it's a different quality of attention just to play with. You know, does it change subtly with every breath? Is it changing by itself anyway? Is, you know, just is there some activity that wants to make a meaning of it, or you know, what are the subtleties of how our attention meets or explores or tracks something? Yeah?
It's interesting because I can't feel really clear that I'm fixating in the moment, of that it is fixating.
Yeah. And
It's-
I
It
noticed,
doesn't
you
come
know, it's
totally in my awareness.
yeah.
Mm.
It's like because in our outer experience, so to speak, you know, when we notice an object, like it's there, it's in a fixed place, and it's there in a way. With music, or with like watching a mountain stream or something that it's flowing, you know, it's like there's a movement to it. It's a different quality of attention. So you just, with sensations, and just, you know, playing and seeing, does it something solidify it? Does it recognize that it's ever changing? How does just what's the habit, you know, not right, no right way, no wrong way, just playing in a way.
It's so interesting because at the moment I can't notice the grabbing or the holding.
Grabbing.
Of,
Great, yeah. Look, and it's
I
beautiful. It
just
might not be
don't
happening.
feel it.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's strange.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. I mean, there's no right way or wrong way. Just So
yeah,
you were
but
speaking
you
about.
notice something that I don't notice, so that's quite interesting right now.
Well, I wouldn't even say it was an invitation more than like, you know, it's like somehow noticing that the way the system used to relate to sensation, that's changed over the years.
Yes.
There was, you know, there was a time when there was especially an uncomfortable sensation that somehow the interest got into it, that it somehow now the interest it doesn't so much get involved with sensations like it used to. It's just something has changed, and I was just okay. Wow, I hadn't really even thought about it, and others, but in your question, it came to my mind. Oh wow, okay. Let's play. Let's look at it and see if there is, and if not, then I love that you say you don't find any fixation on it. It's just like. So we started, and there was
not
noticing.
Recognizing. That doesn't mean that it is there, but somehow it didn't recognize it.
So when we started talking, there was a noticing of certain sensations, and just seeing what's changed. If because we're not trying to change anything. We're just playing with, noticing how attention meets the moment, the sensations of now, and what happens in that habit of noticing, or that maybe not even a habit, just a freshness of how the attention meets something.
I would say that the attention right now is more here.
It's more here. Cool. Yeah.
And I don't feel an effort in this moment.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah.
I just feel
here.
And fullness in the belly.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say the change is that it meets fuller here in
Far
relating with you.
Fun.
And enjoys.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fun when that happens, when it starts to enjoy the sensations of the moment. Yeah. Whatever they are.
Yeah. Do you feel that also now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if somehow that's interesting here, it's just noticing. All we have is our attention, and then the habits of how our attention relates to the sensations of manifestation, or the sensations of life, whether have you want to speak it. Yeah. Seeing that like when it starts to get fluid, it's fun.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Judith. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Ah, Stephanie. Stefani. How do you say your name? On the left bottom of your screen is a little red button. If you press it, then you can unmute.
Sorry.
No worries. Stefan, how do you say it?
Stefan.
Stefan, okay, cool. Hi, Stefan.
Hello, Isaac. I have some pull inside. One side wants to know and understand, and more maybe intellectually, and the other one just want to rest in serenity and be at home. And, you know, so I have a bit of a battle there.
No problem. So just honoring that side that wants to know and all that stuff, just honoring it, just feeling it, honoring it, not jumping over, not having an idea about it, but just for a moment, okay, I see something wants to know, and just exploring that movement that wants to know. What's underneath it? What's it trying to what's its function? What does it want to bring?
I think at the end it wants to go home.
It wants to go home, but you know, like just to see if underneath it there's wanting certainty, wanting to eliminate doubt. It wants to be certain that it's on the right track. It wants to eliminate all doubt.
Sure.
Okay, cool. You can find that in that, because to me that's what it seems like. I'm not sure if that resonates with your own experience or your own knowing.
No, it's yeah, because even sometimes the wanting to know, it's as if I know already.
Yes, I get it. Yeah.
And yes, it's to, yeah, for sure, it's to make sure I am on the right track. And
yeah, far out.
yeah.
So then let's just go to that doubt and just, okay, whatever that doubt is, whatever's kind of, you know, what's the feeling sense of it? What is it exactly? Because you are who you are, you already are. It doesn't, this moment doesn't get any more God than this. It's as God as it gets, you know, it's like, this is it. So, you know, in a way, nowhere to go. And yet somewhere, something thinks like there's something to go. And then with that, of course, there's some doubt because this isn't it quite. It's like there's something that needs to happen, something we need to. So of course there's going to be doubt there because, like, you know, now we're in the process of becoming. We're not just here resting. Yeah. Does that?
Yeah. I'm not quite sure right now.
So we're here. And then in this moment, all there is, I could say, are the sensations of this moment. What we call the universe, we perceive through our senses. What we call our bodying process, we perceive through the senses. So this moment is sensations to us. That's it. That's what we have. sensations appearing in awareness. If we speak very simply, yeah? Usually those sensations are interpreted. I like it, or I don't like it, or this means something, or this is, it could be different, or it could be better, or this means I'm not home, or this means I am home, this means something, yeah? It's like always this interpretation. But and then related to something in us either just meets the sensations of the moment, like a caress, like the beloved, like, ah, yes, welcome. Welcome here. Or, no, this is something that I have to deal with because this means I'm not quite home, or I'm not quite, I don't have what I want, or this, there'll be some interpretation where it'll set up wanting to have a different experience or something like that, yeah? Because if I get the experience that in my mind aligns with what I think enlightenment looks like, or home looks like, or whatever, then I can be certain.
Yeah, I don't think I'm really looking for enlightenment or whatever, because at the end of the day, I'm not too sure what that
is. Yeah, but home. Just use that word, and let's
just home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, with recent chat we've had, or realize that at the end of the day, everything is made of the nature of everything, and
yeah.
and is also, and whatever happened is also by that nature. So
yeah.
There is very, very little I can do about it as the identified I.
Yeah.
And so recently, I mean, I'm going through difficult times, and recently I was thinking, well, the only thing you can do is just to be with the moment.
Yeah.
And even looking for being home, kind of, it's not. I still want to be home, but I was thinking, well, you cannot do anything else than what you're doing now.
Yeah. So just something you spoke struck me. So you said you spoke of difficult times. Let's see if we can just look to see what that means. What does difficult times mean?
It's seen from the identified I, the difficult time.
Yes, and what is it? What exactly does it mean? It means somehow the experience that we're having, we want a different one. If I say difficult times, it means it's somehow, because all we have is an experience. And so if it's difficult, it means like, oh, I want a different experience. Or I don't, there's that something, not even I want a different experience. It wants, somehow there's some unconscious movement.
Well, in a way, it's more, because sometimes, again, as I was saying, I'm trying to be with whatever the opportunity of the moment to be at home, but it's the whole collective around me in a way which says you are really going through difficult times.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I'm just saying, well, am I really? But then it doesn't match with all what's around me.
Yeah.
So it's in a way not easy to live it, because around me people say, oh, you're going through a difficult time. And and at the same time thinking, well, again, really? Because if I am here in the moment, then that's all there is. And so
and so let's play with that a little bit then. So the moment and the I that could be in the moment. What are those? Like there's a resting where there is no there's only this, yeah? There's no I that's in the moment, there's no I that's anywhere, or this is like a resting, right? Yeah. I love how vulnerably you speak. It's beautiful, Stefan. It's yeah. There's an honesty and you know, I could say it feels like a really deep willingness to speak how it seems in the moment, and then willingness to look, see, okay, what's real, what's true. So from here, just from here, this idea of going through difficult times, how does that seem at this moment?
It's okay.
Yeah. And then coming
Even
back to it, yeah, sorry, even
no, go on, go on.
And what you spoke of at first, this like these two pulls, this pull just to rest and this pull to wanting to know, just if in this just looking together, if something has changed in that dynamic, just to see, and we're totally, maybe it's the same, maybe it's more intense, maybe it's disappeared, let's just see.
Oh, it's not there, because when you rest here, there is nothing else needed.
There's nothing else needed, yeah, far out. So, you know, doubt, when I say that where something gets doubting, like doubt arises, you could say like that. It's, I think, you know, something that comes up in almost everyone that I've explored with, where something doubts, doesn't recognize the beauty of just resting. It somehow wants to get somewhere. It somehow wants to accomplish something. It somehow wants to, you know, especially for where there's been a history of seeking. So then that doubt is kind of the foundation of that in a way. So it's really, at some point, it's wonderful to just, okay, what is doubt? What's its function? It's trying to help me to be certain by being uncertain. It's an interesting mechanism. And, you know, like the promise, if I really doubt long enough and hard enough, then my certainty is going to be really solid. But and it's a beautiful mechanism. It's nothing, again, it's one of those things just to see what it is. It's what we know is, you know, here we are. That's it. I mean, what's going on? We have no idea. There's awareness here, and there's just this ever-changing flow of information and sensation, and Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow, beautiful. Yeah. Thanks, Dylan. And just for fun, let's go to gallery view for a moment and just see if anyone got any value from that exploration, because for me that was quite deep and beautiful. Yeah. Anya.
Hello, Isaac.
Hi, Anya.
Yeah, I just wanted to rest a bit. You know, kind of exhaustion, which I know very well. And it seems like the more comes up and the more I lose control, sort of. Oh, there's not, I mean, it's just this patterns playing for the reason of needing control, which I can see that it's not necessary, but it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is
And just
what
honoring it, you know, honoring it. Somehow that's happening unconsciously. It's just something that's like just manifesting or expressing in that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not making it wrong, not needing to understand it, not needing, there's nothing wrong with it. It's uncomfortable for sure.
Yeah.
You know, so there's something playing that's just doing its thing. You've identified that, you know, it's in the direction of wanting to control, and just going deeper with that. What's it wanting to control? What's it just honoring it without it? Just what is it? What's it wanting to control? What's its movement?
It's like it wants to make sure that nothing gets lost.
Okay.
Nothing, including myself or something. I mean, the pattern itself, what it does is that it keeps me totally busy and I'm doing so much until I fall down in exhaustion. That's the pattern. And it is almost
so it's
like
tied. So
yeah. It's like wanting to control.
So it has an existential.
Yeah, very existential.
Has an existential root, so to speak. And so then just, again, honoring it, noticing, seeing somewhere. We don't know where it comes from. We don't know how many generations back or from this life or whatever. All you know is that something's playing and it's exhausting and uncomfortable. And can you locate where in the body you sense it or feel it? Where might be a few different places or just.
At the moment, I feel a strong pain in my back, hot pain.
Where about in the back? Upper back, lower back?
It's the upper back.
More to the left, more to the right?
It's a bit more behind the heart, actually, it is, I would say.
Okay.
In that space from the back. And
it's
so
hot.
a kind of, yeah, and at the same time, a kind of in my belly, there's also something as if it's like there's no holding in the belly, which is unusual for me. It's more like as if something falls out of the belly downwards and it's not comfortable. Sort of maybe something's on the process of going out or
okay.
It's really not comfortable. It's like getting lost. It does feel like that. Yeah, and the back and that feeling down here, it's almost like the back is holding what wants to fall out from the womb, maybe even or downwards somehow.
Okay.
It's being held in the back. Yeah, that's how I interpreted it maybe, but it's how it feels. That's how it feels.
I get it.
this hot feeling it's actually pain. That's a pain. You feel it coming up more from the heart now. It's pain.
Mhm. And if we had to ask the question, what does this whole mechanism want?
To me, it feels like it wants me to not feel something.
But what does it want?
Yeah.
If you didn't feel that, whatever that is, what would it give? What would that give you?
Sorry, that if what is underneath, you mean?
Yeah, what would it give you if you didn't feel whatever it's trying to stop you from feeling? What would that give you, not feeling that?
Okay. Seems like I would feel better, but I know that actually it would help me to feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's wanting to try and help you feel better.
Yeah.
By feeling terrible.
Yeah. And that is maybe this pain. I feel very sad about that because that's what I.
But just look, that's how most unconscious mechanisms work.
Mm.
They want to help us, but later, not now. In the moment, they generate the exact thing that they're trying to avoid in a way. Yeah, and it's just useful to see that. It's just like, okay, this is doing its thing. It's like no one would do it consciously, because when you see it, you go, wow, gee, wants to help me feel better by feeling terrible. Okay, that doesn't make sense, but from its perspective, it does make sense.
Mm.
Yeah. So we don't have to first feel anything. We don't have to do anything. We just see. Okay, it's mock-up. It's got this idea that if we feel whatever it is that we're not feeling, that then we'll feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like what to do. I mean, it's been there all my life, and it's.
Ooh, it's like, that story, if you go into a cave that's been dark for 5 or 10 million years and you turn on a flashlight, how long does it take to get light? Doesn't matter how long it's been there, really. Just a question of seeing clearly, that's all.
Mm.
Yeah, I understand it's been there. It's been a mechanism that's an old friend, so to speak. We're just looking to see, we're honoring it, we're not jumping over it or not trying to change it. Just see what it is. It was a sensation, and it's tied to some thoughts, some sense of me, you could say that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole universe in a certain way, a whole perspective that has many different components and layers to it. But it's trying to help.
Yeah.
It's not wrong, it's not bad, it's discerning, you know, whether in this moment it's useful or not useful right now, at this moment, just not future moment, just now. And the answer is just yes or no, actually.
Yeah, it's not useful.
Not useful, yeah.
Not useful.
That's
And
all.
what I feel is that the moment there's this, it's not useful, then there's also again this whole trauma energy.
Mhm.
Then I get icy cold feet.
Well,
and
okay, then let's see what comes up. Beautiful. So let it come.
Yeah.
Now we see that.
it's
Yeah.
like I see you're not useful, but and then this whole freeze comes.
Yeah, good. Let it come. It's welcome.
I feel totally dizzy now.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, this has been like a core pillar, you could say, of the personality, of the structure called Anya, you know, whatever. Yeah. So of course, yeah. There's a, you know, a huge reorganizing going on. So cool. It shows up as dizziness. I get it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Nothing to solve, nothing to fix, just, yeah. And just without any, you know, without just a very gentle noticing if anything's changing, anything you can, subtle shifts you notice, and how the intelligence is meeting this moment. That's all.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
Yeah, a lot happening.
It's
Exactly.
a lot. Yeah, it's lots of stuff. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
generally
With,
it's quite icy cold, but it's like
that's okay. Yeah.
something's moving also.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's the movement is that there's like an iron belt around the chest,
Mm.
and somehow that's also somehow always like at the moment there's like a tiny shaking in that, which is like something's happening. Yeah.
Yeah. Beauty. Yeah. Just to let it do its thing, because you know it knows what to do. We don't have to do anything actually. We just
Yeah, that's good.
yeah.
That's the best for me to hear that I don't have to do anything.
Mm.
Oy. It's like I still can't believe it actually. I don't have to do anything.
And just sensing subtleties in how your system starts to meet the moment or what's changing. You're just tracking, you know, it's like no expectations, just curiosity. Wow, we're just examining some deep core program and then just watching how, what happens in that. It's interesting.
It's amazing. Yeah. I can kind of look sweetly on this whole having to do everything all the time. It's like such a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Everything that it causes, and at the moment it's like just knowing this loosens a lot. Yeah. even though I still can't believe it. There's something.
Yeah.
It can
Gotta
sit.
be.
I can see it's sitting in some places where it's not believed. Yeah. Or too dangerous to believe, maybe something like that. Ah. It's so amazing that it can still feel dangerous somehow too.
Yeah.
And
it's,
I
you
do,
know, like,
yeah, I acknowledge that somehow, because I can really see that every time when I come and speak to you, like last time also, before I still feel rather normal. And then it's like a decision almost to go into this extremely frozen space and everything. And it's a challenge for me, sort of.
Mhm.
And it always feels like there's a tiny bit happening.
Mm.
And I acknowledge the rest very much, that it just takes also somehow like time. It takes time. And it's so beautiful for every little tiny bit that happens. Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right, Anya, thank you. Mm. Mm. Claire.
Hello.
Hi, Claire.
Can we sit for a moment and see if
Oh, with
something
pleasure.
comes up?
Yeah, with absolute pleasure. when we look at where does the experience of now happen?
When you ask it, then it feels like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I find it really hard to speak then because I'm so like,
yeah.
But there is also still the body, like, I don't know how to say it.
It's interesting what we call the body as if it's a noun, but actually it's a verb. It's bodying. It's like really blood is pumping and air is airing and cells are dying and new ones coming. It's a whole trip, yeah. And we're actually aware of very little of it. It's like, but anyway, it's doing its thing, yeah. If you had to like tune into your energetic body, whatever that is, if there's such a thing even, but how big is that? A difficult question to answer, but certainly not. It's bigger than the boundaries of the skin, right? Yeah.
Again, when you ask, then it's like the expansion happens and it becomes bigger and bigger.
Yeah, bigger, yeah. And if we ask the question, where does this experience begin and end? It's like, wow, can you find an end or a beginning to it? It's just like everywhere, nowhere.
How do you live from this place?
It lives from this place. It's like there's no me that lives from here. It's like it's just this great intelligence expressing itself everywhere. I don't know how else this, it's just like seems to know how to take care. It does.
Is it like your system gets used to? Because now, like, when I go deep, I have difficulty speaking and I can just sit in this. But then I'm like, how do you function without losing it?
Yeah. You see, like this. If you look for the you that would function, what do you find? Is there a you that functions, or how does functioning happen somehow? the malfunctioning happened, it seems. Eh? And then what could be lost really then? I mean, the worst that can happen, I guess, is attention kind of gets more narrow or something like that, but it wouldn't be that anything is lost. It's just focus changes. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes from Nisargadatta is, when I know I'm nothing, that's wisdom. When I know I'm everything, that's love. In between those, my life flows. It's a very succinct way of describing it.
There is attachment to those two. And when I'm not feeling it, when I realize, oh, I'm just busy doing my focus is in a task or thinking, and then I realize, and I'm like, oh, but I'm not feeling this openness, or I'm not feeling this love.
But who's doing any of that stuff? Somehow it happens, yeah. Somehow the attention shifts, and then doing mode is happening, and it does its thing, and then the recognition. Oh wow, there's a movement of attention, and something that was absolutely beautiful gets diminished in this kind of focus. So there's a natural learning that goes on, So it's like, but it's nothing is ever really truly lost. It's just like, it's just a movement of attention. Sometimes attention is really narrow and focused on something, and sometimes it's just really wide, But then deeper than that, you see, it's all appearing in nothing, and an expression of nothing as everything. It gets tricky to talk about anything then, but I was looking at a plant growing today and going, actually, that plant is mostly made up of sunshine, maybe a little bit of water and a little bit of earth. But then, it's like it's made of atoms, and then atoms are mostly space. It's like there's not much there, but it seems, like this whole incredible happening, converting sunlight into leaves and stems.
Yeah, I think it's the whole construction of what my mind makes of enlightenment and how it will feel, and what you experience, that you never lose the connection, and it projects this whole.
So
and wants to know, like Stefan, like wants to know, like, oh, am I on the right track? Will I know when it happens? Will I,
Yeah. I mean, so it's what is it that wakes up, or what is it that knows? Let's just play with that. It's like one time a newspaper wanted to interview me for an article they were doing, and they said, "When did you wake up?" And I'd never thought of that before. It's like I never woke up. It's like that which was awake was always awake, and the sense of I can never wake up because it's like a construction. It doesn't actually exist. So it's like to say I woke up as a joke in a way. It's just, yeah. And they want to know what's waking up good for. How could it be good for anything? Because it already is. It's not like you're going to get anywhere or anything from it. Just like a seeing, it's just a knowing. Then of course, like what you were describing, then thinking comes in, or a movement of doubt happens, like, is this it? Is this, how will I know? Or some thought about, and like then there's a little wiggle or some kind of like doubt, and what is it? Oh, it's just movement appearing in this ocean of whatever. So that question, what is it that wakes up, or what is, this imagination of anything, of enlightenment, of what's it made of? It's basically just ideas, thoughts or constructs, or appearing in, can't say what. What's the consequences of believing in any of those thoughts? I would say doubt, just feeling unsure of that you are, which is the only thing you're sure of, is that you are. Nothing else. We can't describe experience. We don't know what's going on.
That's a fact. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. That's a relief, eh? In a way. Or it's frightening. It's like, oh no. I thought now I'd finally know everything that's going on. But I have to work out if Putin's a good guy or a bad guy. Or I mean,
Are you thinking of coming to Europe?
at the moment, thinking of coming to do a retreat in Germany next year. It's like a 13-day event. People can sign up for 7 days or 6 days or both, or all of it. And the information should be on my website.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, and then we'll see what the world does. It's like there's so much strange things happening. It's like I'm happy to make plans, but I have no idea if any of it will happen.
Yeah.
You told me where you live. I forgot. Brussels or somewhere.
Belgium, yeah.
Belgium, yeah.
So I could make it to Germany. Let's hope it would be nice
Yeah,
to meet
yeah.
you in person.
yeah, would be nice. It's also amazing what happens when a whole bunch of us spend like time together and we kind of conversationally silent in between the meetings. And it's an incredible vibe that happens. It's a field that happens. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks, Claire. Thanks. Ah, Esther. Feet.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, feet.
Lots of enjoyment noticed when you speak like this, tearing everything apart, so to say, which is only an idea, of course, nothing to be torn apart.
Mm.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm.
Oh, it's loved
Mm.
so much.
Yeah, beauty.
Yeah. 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 It's so much love, Isaac. You opening the non-existent existing curtains or curtains, yeah, whatever, fogs. Yeah.
Yeah, beauty, Pete. To rest, what a blessing. Just to recognize that which is beyond the whole story, and then watch this sense of I rise and disappear. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, beauty.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you. Boss, thank you so much for hosting. And thank you all beloveds for your presence, your love.